Allegheny Station Park Circle to Route 120 till Friday, September 4th. As you're traveling on the expressways, the Kennedy inbound, 24 in from O'Hare, 11 in from Montrose 8 in the Express. Eisenhower, 36 in from Route 390, 24 in from Wolf. Stevenson's about a half hour in from 355. The Dan Ryan inbound, 16 minutes, 95th into downtown. You're also seeing delays on the Tri-State northbound, 88 to the 290. Rest of your tollways, Southside Expressways, and all the roads in or out of Northwest Indiana are delay-free as you head out and about. Also, the Tri-State's Paramp eastbound heavy approaching the Edens. That's traffic. I'm Jeremy Scott on AM 560. The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Sunny, highs in the 80s in your forecast today. Partly cloudy, mid-60s overnight. In Chicago, 64 at O'Hare. Your next news update is at 8. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by The Insurance Guy. Tune in Saturday afternoons 4 to 5 for The Insurance Guy with Steve Lischewitz, president of SVL Insurance Group.
If you're looking for the latest news, insight into what it means, and the sharpest opinion, there's only one station in Chicago where you can turn, and it's this one. We're AM 560, The Answer.
Top of the morning, Dan and Amy. Everything's political, and what politics touches, it destroys. And so is the case with college football. Really good piece by Clay Travis over at Outkick.com.
I love him.
You like your college football? I like my college football.
I love high school football and college football, and then the NFL. That's the order of priority, Dan.
So college football is being played some places and not others.
Yeah, the SEC.
Just like schools are opening some places and not others. In fact, if you looked at it, it's really interesting. If you live in a state with a Republican governor, there is a 25 out of 26 chance your state will be playing high school football this fall.
Yeah, 15 states are not playing high school football.
If you live in a state with a Democrat governor, there's a 15 out of 22 chance that you won't be playing high school football this fall. So 25 of 26 states with Republican governors, and 15 are playing high school football. 15 of 22 states with Democrat governors are not playing, with two still up in the air.
Mm-hmm. It's a travesty what we're doing
because
to our kids here in
Illinois. Yeah, but the worldview, that is a shocking, I mean, not shocking, but it is a substantial disparity, is it not?
Yeah.
2/3 of Democrat governors, states with Democrat governors, not playing high school football, and 95% plus Republican governed states playing high school football.
And Big Ten football players' parents are now suing because they want to know the science and the data behind their decision to cancel this fall season.
Herschel Walker was on Fox News Channel, Heisman Trophy winner Herschel Walker, Georgia Bulldog. And he made the same point about college football when you look at the conferences that are playing and the states represented in those conferences and the conferences that are not playing and the states represented in those conferences.
Well, SEC, the ACC, and the Pac-12, they're going to play. And I tell people this, you look at the areas where they decided to play football and the areas that they're not going to play football, and I think it's a political decision because these young men are tested twice a day. These young men are scanned before they even go to practice. And I said that, the health of these young men is under scrutiny by some of the best professional doctors out there, and they're taken care of. And I feel that, if they're not in school, where are they going to be at? They're going to be at home. And if you look, some players from Oklahoma came back to school and they tested positive for the virus. Well, if they were at school, that may not have never happened. So right now, think about the concussion. It's been a big issue. But yet we're still playing football. They don't know the after effect of concussion, but we're still playing football. And they even talked about the heart. That has been something that's been going on for a long time. They've been studying the athlete heart and what's happening. So we can't use that excuse as this. And ask the players. See what the players are like to do. And if they don't want to play, they can opt out. And I think it's their decision.
And the parents in the Big Ten said, we'll sign waivers. We don't care. We'll take the risk. Football is a risky sport. and they've been playing it their whole lives, so they don't mind.
Ohio State quarterback Justin Fields has gone one better.
What's he doing?
He has spoken out, number one. He also circulated a petition that has more than 250,000 signatures just this week. We, the football players of the Big Ten, together with the fans and supporters of college football, request the Big Ten Conference immediately reinstate the 2020 football season, allow Big Ten players and teams to make their own choice as to whether they wish to play or opt out of the fall season, allow Big Ten players and teams who choose to opt out of playing the fall season to do so without penalty or repercussion. Why is this important? We want to play. We believe that safety protocols have been established and can be maintained to mitigate concerns of exposure to COVID-19. We believe that we should have the right to make decisions about what is best for our health and our future. Don't let our hard work and sacrifice be in vain. Hashtag let us play. Good for Justin Fields and good for these Big Ten parents you were referencing for pressing the issue, because there's been a lot of specious statements from the Big Ten, including from health professionals, that have been used to cover for their decision, much as we've seen specious statements at the federal level to cover for all sorts of lockdown decisions. And so you are having actually some pushback over college football and to some extent high school football in a way that you're not for other things. It's sort of remarkable, but at least it's somewhere. I don't know. Maybe Justin Fields and Herschel Walker can save college football and in the process save higher education and get kids back in the classroom too while they're at it. For more on all this, we're pleased to be joined again by our friend Steve Moore, economist, Wall Street Journal columnist, author of Trumponomics. Stephen, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
Hey, guys. Good morning. And by the way, Amy, I am in 100% agreement with you. My favorite sport is college football.
Mm-hmm.
My second favorite sport is high school football. And I don't watch the NFL. And by the way, I've not watched the NFL if they're taking a knee at the national anthem. I think that's so outrageous. But, college football is one of my favorite things. It's not going to be fall without college football. But let me push back on one thing that you said, Dan. And I'm just throwing this open for discussion because, we do know that there are three factors associated with, 95% of coronavirus illnesses. Number one is obviously age, right? People over the age of 65 really have to be careful because you can get really sick and die if you get coronavirus. Mm-hmm. Number two is other pre-existing conditions like diabetes or emphysema or heart or, lung problems. Obviously, you have to be super careful. And the third is obesity and size. And the one thing that's interesting, I definitely think they should be playing baseball. I think they should be playing basketball. I think they should be playing golf and tennis. But, some of those college football players, those linemen, Dan, some of those guys weigh 280, 300 pounds. If they get coronavirus, it could be. So I do think there might be an issue with respect to the size of those football players and the weight of them. But I love college football. I want to see them playing again.
Yeah, I hear you, but again, this is per the petition. It's let us make our own decisions, weighing all of the consequences, understanding that you may be 330, but you're in a lot of better shape than than most people your age because just of the regimen you have to go through, even as a big dude playing college football.
That's a good point.
So
I agree with you.
Yeah. So
I was just going to say that I agree with you entirely that. So many of these decisions, and this is really the difference, I think, between left and right, and it's why, red states are allowing people to play and blue states aren't. Because, we as kind of free market conservatives want to let people make their own decisions. We can gather all the facts. I have respect for parents who don't want to send their kids to school if they feel that it's not safe. I believe in parental rights. Parents should have the right to do so. But you've got 50 to 60% of parents who do want their kids in school. And so we should, instead of having governors, our governor in Maryland is acting like he's a monarch or something.
Same with ours.
But Larry Hogan, Larry Hogan is the one Republican outlier. There's 25 of 26 Republican governors. Their states are playing football. Maryland's the one that's not.
Well, the other question, what happens in the Big Ten? I had heard that Nebraska may, sort of for the season rejoin the Pac-12 and the Big 12 and play. So, look, I think it's a tough call. I really do in terms of college football. The big question then is, what about colleges? The bigger issue is, why are colleges still collecting these massive, ridiculous tuitions, and they're not even having in-class
I know. Michigan
education.
State just sent everybody. Well, they're not sent them home. They're supposed to come in next week, and they just said stay home for the fall semester. And I
Are
would
they still
never
gonna-
pay
maybe-
$50,000 a year for
Ridiculous.
that. That's stupid.
That's ridiculous. It is a crime. It is thievery for these universities to do that. I mean, you could go online right now, Dan and Amy, and you could take courses from the greatest mathematicians, physicists, chemists, economists. You don't have to take a economics course from some podunk professor at Michigan State. You
Right.
can take an economics course from Milton Friedman. And
Right.
He's dead.
That's right. And you know what? So do it. Because at a certain point, I'm tired of hearing the complaining about it. Nobody's forcing you to pay $50,000 to send your kid out of state to Michigan State or pay $70 to send your kid to Princeton. So do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Leave.
Well, I'm
Go
proud of
Gold.
my son. I got to say, my son goes to Villanova, which is a great school. I mean, he loves Villanova. It's really expensive, and they want to charge him $35,000 for this semester
Yeah.
to go and be on his computer. And he came to me the other day and said, "Dad, I just don't see the point of this. Why are you paying all this money?" So he's going to take some online classes. He's going to work this semester. That's a great thing for a 19 or 20-year-old to actually have a job.
Right.
So I'm proud of him, and I think that the parents and kids should start really pulling back on this idea that universities are going to continue to charge all this money to provide nothing.
Hey,
Is he taking a gap year?
He's got an economist at home. What does he need Villanova for? He's got Steve Moore at home. What the
Dad, can we
hell?
talk?
Why are you paying 70? What is you're supposed to be a sensible, rational, free market economist. You're paying $70,000 to send him to Villanova when you're there.
Because he doesn't agree with me.
Oh, well, there's that. Yeah, okay. Well, there is that.
Well, Steve Moore, I just don't know if you heard that Navy Pier is closing down. Well, that is the number one tourist attraction in Chicago, believe it or not.
Sure, Steve Moore stops there every time he's in town.
You
There's
go
no
on the
question.
Ferris wheel, right?
Sorry.
No, they're
what is
shutting down Navy Pier. They've lost $20 million. Well, that's the number one tourist attraction in Chicago. And we are, I mean, there goes that, and then I think Michigan Avenue is next.
So, Amy, I was just in Chicago last week, and I was downtown. And it breaks my heart to see what has happened to that great city. Well, we on top of the incredible, lack of leadership and incompetent leadership, it's you add the effect of coronavirus on the acts of terrorism and crime that are going on in that city unpunished. I mean, I guess I ask the question, is there no adult supervision whatsoever in the city of Chicago? I mean, if this continues, you're going to see so many people moving out of Chicago and Illinois that the state will never recover. It could take 10 or 15 years. I mean, Manhattan is the same way, by the way. Manhattan, all the businesses are boarded up. They're talking about tens of thousands of businesses, that many of which will never come back because of political decisions. Again, political decisions by politicians that are destroying their own cities and states. And by the way, almost all of those cities are run by liberal Democrats.
I wanted to get your reaction to John Kasich's comments at day one of the Democrat Socialist Convention.
Who's that?
John Kasich. He used to be the governor of Ohio.
Who's he? Who's
Yeah.
he?
Oh, he's
No, well, wait.
Where have
This-
you been hypnotized so you'll never remember him again?
This is the never Trump line. I'm sure there are Republicans and independents who couldn't imagine crossing over to support a Democrat. They fear Joe may turn sharp left and leave them behind. I don't believe that because I know the measure of the man: reasonable, faithful, respectful, and no one pushes Joe around. Is that right, Steve?
Well, listen, I've known John Kasich for about 30 years, and by the way, he was a hero to me back in the 1990s. He was one of the guys who helped balance the budget. Remember, we've had 4 balanced budgets in the last 60 years, and 4 of them happened when he was John Kasich was the budget director and put together the budgets under Newt Gingrich that helped balance the budget. And to hear him now say that he wants to elect Joe Biden, who his spending agenda, he wants to add $3 trillion of new spending. I mean, John Kasich, what it really shows is that envy is such an ugly thing. And John Kasich is so envious of Donald Trump. I mean, that's what this really comes down to. It's the same thing with Mitt Romney, by the way. Who were the 2 major never Trump Republicans, Mitt Romney and John Kasich? And both of them desperately wanted to be president, and they didn't become president. Donald J. Trump did. And that's why I think they hate him so much.
That envy is one of the 7 deadly sins. You're right about that, Steve Moore. Steve Moore, economist, journal columnist, author of Trumponomics. Steve, thanks for joining us. Go get to work so you can pay that Villanova tuition.
All right, and let's play ball.
All right, see ya.
Thanks. And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
It's like a hot, steaming cup of information to start your day. It's Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Is it time to have your sump pump checked? Hi, this is John with Basement Flood Protector. I'm a veteran and the owner. Since 1974, we've manufactured the most reliable and highest quality products and provided unmatched basement waterproofing and sump pump service to the Chicagoland area. Most problems with water in your basement have to do with your sump pump. Maybe it's old, doesn't work properly, or you just need more capacity. Most pumps should be replaced every 3 to 5 years. With our pumps, we recommend replacement every 7 to 10 years. At Basement Flood Protector, we offer a complete line of sump, ejector, and battery backup pumps. Do you really want the hassle and huge expense of restoration? Prevent it and contact us to schedule one of our knowledgeable technicians to assess your equipment. The Protector line of pumps are the most reliable on the market. Go to floodnot.com.